Hi Taurus, this is Jody with Soul Purpose Tarot, and this is your mid-month September reading. I don't know about you guys, but last weekend was kind of rough. It rained the whole weekend where I was at, and I'm not ready for those yet. And I literally felt like my soul had been sucked out of me. I haven't felt depressed in a long time. That was I'm still trying to decide if it was me that was feeling that. If it was, I'll be honest, the bag, the tortilla chips that I ate the day before that I haven't eaten like that in almost a year, or if I was picking up on collective energy, or what the deal was. It was not a good weekend. Thank God I feel better today, but I'm just curious how the rest of you are all feeling. And if you were experiencing the similar thing. So anyway, I am going to get out 4 or 5 just regular tarot cards and kind of gauge the energy of the second half of the month. And depending on whether it is work or career or romance associated, then I will pull various clarifying cards from different decks to just kind of get a feel and some other messages. So that's kind of what I'll be doing here, is just kind of trying to find out what's going to happen the second half of September. It's definitely different now than it was at the beginning. So let's see what's going on here. If I'd quit dropping 10 at a time, I'd pick them up, but that's way too many. So far we've got the Death card, which is good. Actually, that means the end of one cycle and the beginning of another. So I actually look forward to the Death card because, well, usually if you're going through something and there's so many things that you're hoping and praying that the end will come, that the Death card and the end of a cycle is always welcome. All right, there's 2 more. Let's take those. 2 of Cups, 10 of Pentacles. Yay! This is looking good. I like this. So far, you will be happy about this, Taurus. Let's do 1 more to see what the energy for the second half of September is going to be. No, I don't want all of those cards. All right, let's do that one. 3 of Wands. Okay, let's see. So the Death card we already talked about is the end of one cycle and the beginning of another. So welcome the Death card whenever you see a tarot reading. Usually it means that something that has not necessarily been in your favor is getting ready to end and something new is beginning to start. The Page of Cups was upside down. So let's see. What am I feeling about that? If it was upright, you would be starting a new career, but in this case, and this happened for Geminis, a lot of money going out. So I feel like this is, I just feel like you're going to have some money going out at the second half of September, so don't spend all of your money. That just is the feeling that's coming along with that. But at the end of that cycle, is a Ten of Pentacles, which means you've got something coming in, but it feels like it's closer to the end of the month than the middle. So you could feel a little tight at the beginning of the month, and perhaps it is that you are ending one job and it might take a little while to get the new one in place. And so you're going to feel a little tight on cash, but Ten of Pentacles is coming in. So that means that it's not going to last for long, which is good. And then we have the Two of Cups, which is always good. That is a new relationship coming in. And who doesn't like a new relationship? Let's see what kind it is. A Three of Wands. So it doesn't feel like it's going to last very long, though. If you are like I was when I was dating, I'm like, I've never been married. So I have dated a lot, and I would meet him, or I would start talking to him, and then I would be like, nope, this isn't going to work. So that's kind of what it feels like. It's going to be like you're going to meet somebody and you're going to get excited, and then you're like, nope, that's not it. You meet somebody else and get excited, yeah, that's not it. So I don't feel that it is like a soulmate relationship or someone that's going to stick around. It might be an exciting time because you're going to go out on a lot of fun dates, but I don't think any of them are going to stick. And some people are perfectly fine with that, you know. I mean, not everybody is looking for a long-term relationship. I have been. Hopefully I have finally found mine, but some people, if they've just come out of one cycle, perhaps you have come out of a divorce. Maybe that is where the end of the cycle is. You come out of a divorce, you've come out of a long-term relationship, and now you're just out dating around. And that is fine. Sometimes that's good to just kind of see what's out there, and you know, nothing wrong with that. I'm going to do a new deck that I have here called Mixed Emotions and see if I can kind of get an idea of what kind of emotions are going to be going along with this second half of the month energy. You're resisting something. Rebellious, defensive, and closed. Well, that could be why your dates are in and out and nothing sticks, is because you're resistant to the ones that you're meeting. And you're kind of like, nope, next, nope. You know, I'm like, God, I'm like, I don't mean this to come off the way it sounds, but my friends would always be like, whatever happened to that one guy? And I'd always have to say, which one? Because they were coming in and I would be talking about somebody that I was talking with, and then they would be gone. And so, and no, that doesn't mean my bedroom was a revolving door. That just means that I had a lot of guys that I talked to, and I qualified them or not, and you know, and when they didn't work out, I was done with them. So I don't know if that's called resistance or if that just means that I was smart and I knew when it wasn't the right person. Oh gosh, these are all kinds of stuff going on here. Resistance, encouraged, afraid, creative. You're going to be bipolar the second half of September. Lovely. Okay, let's get one more of these and see if I can figure out what's going on. Let's do that one. Okay. Resistant. Okay, so we've already talked about resistant. I feel like that's probably in respect to your dating life. They're coming in, they're coming out, they're not working out, and I feel like it's more because you're not open to it. For those of you who have just come out of a long-term relationship, you shouldn't be open to getting into something serious right away. You need to date around, or not even date at all, in my opinion. You need to heal first, so it's okay to be resistant there. You're encouraged about, okay, that feels like that probably is work related. So if you've got the Ten of Pentacles coming in at the end of the month, you're probably encouraged about a work project that you are currently undergoing, and you're feeling some success finally coming along. You're finally getting to the end of the tunnel with that. So that's what that encouraged feels like. You're on track with that. Afraid, frightened, fearful, and scared. This goes back to the dating card. For those of you who are coming out of a relationship, this would be for those of you who are coming out of a long-term relationship and you have not had to date for a long, long time, and you are now trying to stick your foot in the pool of water and see what is out there. It can be very, very scary. I can honestly say when I was younger, I had a lot of dating anxiety. I dated and I just got to the point where then it was all my fault. I can truly say that. I would meet somebody, I would get really, really excited. It wouldn't work out. Or they would try to like make a move on me at the end of the night and I wasn't even remotely interested in them. And I just got to the point where I would get myself so anxious about going out on a date that I quit going out on them for a long time. And I had to overcome that. And that's a whole other story of how I did that. But I had to work through meeting a bunch of different people and just sitting and talking to them without even, I didn't even like qualify them. My goal at that time was go on a date or just meet somebody and sit and talk to them and get comfortable sitting across the table and talking to somebody that I didn't know. And that process for me got me to the point where I can sit across the table from anybody and have a conversation with them about anything in the world, and I feel no anxiety, and that helped me get where I am now because I went through that process of learning how to date again. So some of you that are out there just getting started again, you're going to be going through this. Send me a message. I'll give you some ideas of what to do or encouragement or whatever, but I do understand, and that goes right along with the inadequate, because you do feel inadequate when you are trying to start dating again after not dating for a while. You know, you kind of have shut everything down. You've shut your emotions down. You forget how to flirt. You forget how to dress. You forget how to do whatever. So get creative and figure something out if you want to meet somebody. I feel like I'm rambling. Sorry, don't mean to do that. But this whole thing, well, I shouldn't say this whole thing. Some of it feels like it's work related. Some of it feels like it is dating related. So that's all right. Let's do some romance angels and see if we can figure out what your guides have to say about that. I feel like we've already kind of covered that, so I don't know if this is going to tell me anything else, but let's just check and see. There's all sorts of stages of dating out there, and there's also a lot of twin flames coming into union here in September and October, what I have heard. And if you don't know what a twin flame is, I would recommend looking that up. I would also recommend watching Aluna Ash. She talks a lot about twin flames, the purpose of twin flames coming together and how quickly they are coming, and it all has to do with the ascension process and moving the vibration over to the new earth. So I am very excited to be part of that, as I do believe I am a twin flame. So let's get some cards for that. Let's do 1 and 2 and 3. So the first one says retreat. Normally this is the card that I get when a couple is going to go away for the weekend. This does not feel like that's what this is saying. It's time to disconnect from the world. This feels like it should be one person on here and not two, because it feels like the message is some of you, like I said earlier, some of you that are coming out of a long-term relationship maybe don't need to be dating. You need to heal first, because there's nothing worse than having a wounded person out in the dating world, and that just messes with the people that do meet you and do like you when you're emotionally unavailable, and they get excited, and then they can't understand why you're not moving forward. You know, in their head they're moving forward with you, and you're stuck with concrete on your feet. So do yourself and all the other people out there a favor. If you are not at a point where you are ready to, get serious, make sure the person on the other end knows that you're not wanting to get serious. Don't lead somebody down the wrong road, please. Codependency addictions are affecting your romantic life. Some of you people, this feels like this is probably for the older generation for some reason. People that have been married for a long, long time. Maybe one of the reasons that your love life has been kind of stuck in the mud lately, or maybe one of the reasons you got a divorce, your spouse was addicted to work or alcohol or drugs or something, and maybe that's one of the reasons you guys ended up getting a divorce. But as you get older, you will find people have more and more and more baggage all the time. So you're going to have to deal with that and keep an open mind when you are starting to get out in the world and date. So I hate to be the bearer of bad news on that one, but keep an open mind. Did I just say that? Keep an open mind. Your soulmate may differ from your usual type and expectations. So when you do get to that point, and I can say this worked out for me, the first time my guy sent me a message and wanted to talk, I turned him down. And I'm glad that the second time he sent me a message and wanted to talk, I started talking to him, because he was not my typical person. He was 14. He is 14 years younger than me and of a different race. And I was not open to him at first. And I am very, very glad that I opened my mind and allowed him to come in. So some of you could run into that. You could run into somebody that's of a much different age range. I know when I was younger, I had a little box, and if they didn't fit neatly in that box or check, they didn't even have a prayer. And that's probably why they come in and out so fast, is because they didn't fit in my little box. And my closed-mindedness is probably what kept me single for all those years. So, you don't have to marry everybody you go out with. Just go out and have some fun and keep an open mind and let it develop one day at a time. And when it feels like it's no longer relevant or fits in your life, then you end it. Just don't mislead somebody in the process of while you're trying to figure your shit out. That's all I ask. I'm going to do, let's do one more stack here. How am I doing on time? 18 minutes. Huh, I didn't realize I'd talk that long. These are the John Holland Heart Tarot cards. Let's see if we can just get some information about anything else that they want you to know. There's one. New vitality. And it's a 1 card, so that's a beginning card of something. So that goes along with, being creative and encouraged, I think. Oops. Let's see. This one says sadness and isolation. I think that probably goes along with your being afraid and inadequate. And if you were the one that got dumped in this relationship that you're ending, that could be why you feel sadness and isolation. And then flow. What am I getting from that one? Flow. I guess that just kind of goes along with take it one day at a time, 24 hours at a time. If you are out there dating or working, or if you're looking for a new job, just kind of let it progress naturally and try not to get too bent out of shape about the future. Seldom do our plans work out the way we think they are going to. mine never did. So I guess that's what I feel like that's saying, is just stay in the flow and just let things work out the way they're supposed to. All right, one more. And this is the Ascension cards. And let's see if we can get anything else for the second half of September's energies. The crystal card has been coming out in this a lot. That would go along with the sadness stuff. If somebody's feeling sad, they can get some crystals, and that can raise vibrational energy. Cleanse and shield your energy. All right. I think some of you are going to feel a little like afraid and sad and stuff at the end of the month, and so you're going to be needing to raise your vibrations in any way, shape, or form that you can do that. Crystals could be of help, cleansing your body of toxins. Sugar always helps. I think, honestly, that's one of the reasons I felt like crap on Sunday, was because I ate a bunch of shit that I hadn't been eating. And so then the next one says, maintain your positive state and being of service. So it just kind of feels like they're saying, do whatever you can to keep your vibrations up. There are some things that's going to knock you on your ass. And if you can keep your vibrations up, one, the new stuff will come in faster if you can keep yourself up and happy. Call your friends, go out with them. Don't sit at home by yourself and feel sorry for yourself, because that's only going to make things worse, and it prolongs the pain if you're in that kind of situation right now. So I feel like that's kind of what's going on at the second half of September. So Taurus, I will see you in October, and everybody have a great day.